Hey students and parents, I know you guys have plenty of questions about your fifth grader, soon to be sixth grader, moving into student ministry. It's really a whole new world. And I want to answer just some of the most common questions I've heard over the years and some questions that you guys yourselves have verbalized. The number one most common question I definitely get is, how is students different? How is student impact different? And the simple answer to that is, from children's to student ministry, we have the same philosophy. We have the same mission. We have the same vision. Our schedules change. How we do that changes, but we are still in student impact and in impact kids, in children's ministry and student ministry, all about building relationships that build disciples. That does not change. We believe in the power of small group ministry to transform students' lives and transform everybody's lives. And we believe in the Bible, that if we truly open up God's Word and ask, man, how can this transform my life? How can I apply this in my life? That it really will change everything. And so the big things do not change, okay? But programming changes, schedules change, how we pull them off changes. And so that's probably mostly what you guys meant by that question. So let's talk about some of the programming. What does Sundays look like? What does Wednesdays look like? On Sundays, students from 6th grade through 12th grade actually stay in the services with parents for the first 4 songs. So during the main worship set, students are down there because we want them to be a part of the corporate church, man, having a worship experience with others, okay? And so that's something that we really want to emphasize. I don't like the way that sounded at all. Nope. I can use that. Okay. Got it. So right over. Hey, fifth grade parents. I know you guys have plenty of questions, and some of you guys, fifth graders yourself, may have some questions as well. Hope I can answer them, because you guys soon are going to be sixth graders. You're going to be really in a kind of a new stage of life, and in a new ministry. Moving from children's to student ministry, there are some things change, but some things don't. And in fact, that's the number one question I always get. What's different about student ministry? And now, to start off with, the big things don't change. From Impact Kids to Student Impact, we still firmly believe that building relationships still builds disciples. That does not change. That's universal across Parkway Church. We still believe in the power of small group ministry, the power of community. And so small groups don't go anywhere. They never will, okay? And we still believe that God's Word transforms our lives. So we still crack open the Bible and ask very honestly, how can I apply this to my life? And so the big things don't change. Now, programming does, schedule does, the details do change. And so that's what I think parents and students mean by that question. So some of the finer details, what does Sunday look like, for example? So on Sunday, students actually begin the day off in church with their parents, with adults, as they refer to as big church. That term always made me laugh, but that's where it starts out with part of the worship experience. Okay, so we want students to be a part of the worship experience along with their family, with their adults. We think it's a very healthy thing. And you will see here the Victoria campus. I will come up on stage and say, hey guys, we're about to begin student ministry service upstairs. Student Impact's about to begin upstairs. And we'll all head out the back room and up the stairs. What happens up here, and in fact, it happens actually in the room right behind me, we have a message that is similar to what's downstairs, the same topic, but it's applied to junior high and high school years, okay? And it's also more conversational. It's a little more discussion with the students that we have in the room, getting some of their thoughts on things, some of the leaders' thoughts on things, and really applying it for junior high and high school years. Because oftentimes the application for a married adult is not the same for a sixth grader. And so that's part of why we have this upstairs. Now, the last 10 minutes or so, we actually hang out in this game room, play a little foosball, pool, whatever. And that's valuable time right there. That's not just wasted time. That's where leaders, myself, we get to know some of the students who are here on Sunday mornings, get to know them as a person, get to know which school they go to, what they're interested in, things like that. And especially for a new student walking in here, And this room right here is where we get to know them and really build a relationship with them. Because like we said, building relationships that build disciples. Without the relationship, it's hard to build up that disciple. And so that's what Sunday looks like. We excuse out of here in time to go meet you guys downstairs. Okay? Sunday is really the open door for student ministry. Oftentimes when a student first comes to Student Impact, they come on Sunday mornings with a family that's trying out Parkway, and so this is oftentimes the first place we meet students. Now, Wednesdays is a little bit different. Wednesdays is more so we try and get into our deeper discipleship side of things. I'll walk you through the schedule because it explains really a lot of what we do and why we do it as we go along. So it starts out at 6:30, and in student ministry, we start off the time in small groups. So 6th graders, when you walk in the door for the first small group of the year in the fall, you will go right into a small group. Students come in here and they hang out in the rec space for a little bit, but at 6:30 they go right to a small group that's based on age, grade specific, and gender. Okay, so 6th grade girls, they have their own small group. 6th grade guys, they have their own small group, going all the way up to seniors. We do that because each grade and obviously each gender have their own needs. You know, a 6th grade guy has actually very little in common with a 6th grade girl or even a senior guy. And so we separate those out as much as we can, really to minister better to them. In small groups, we actually have pizza there. We provide dinner. Okay, so you don't have to worry about feeding 6th graders before they get here. We will be eating here. Talk about the week, talk about how things are going, get to know students, but then crack open the Bible and really talk about how God's Word can apply to our lives. After small group is done, roughly about 7:10, 7:15, we head into our large group worship time. It's actually, once again, the student room right behind me, where we have students lead worship, a part of the student ministry worship team led by Garam. And then I have a large group message that ties in with the small group passage and really the theme of the night. Now, by the time we get to roughly 7:50, we will have junior hires heading out back on the rec space, and then high schoolers come in later on to do their large group. So on a Wednesday night, we actually completely divide junior high and high school. Okay, they really don't see each other very much of the night because they have different needs. Okay, we try and divide junior high and high school as much as possible because they're just two different people. They have different needs. They have different. We minister them in slightly different ways. Okay, so we divide them up as much as possible. Sunday's a little more blended. Wednesday's a little more divided because it's so discipleship oriented. Okay, and really that's one of the things that I think students and parents are a little nervous about is my 6th grader going to be around high schoolers? And so the answer is yes and no. Sunday's a little more, Wednesday's a lot less. But I want you to hear me. All of our environments are safe environments, okay? You do not need to be afraid of that. All of our environments are absolutely safe environments. And even rather than being something to be afraid of, it's something to welcome. We oftentimes have juniors and seniors. We had this past year who said, you know what? I love what my small group leaders have done for me. I want to go do that for somebody else. And so we'll have juniors and seniors go back down to 6th grade groups and help lead those small groups. Help say, hey man, this is what to expect. Here's how best to do that. Obviously, we kind of vet out those seniors who would like to go do that. And they're underneath the supervision of an adult, but man, they're an awesome addition to those groups. And so don't be afraid of junior high, your 6th grader being with high schoolers. It's a healthy thing, and it's nothing to be afraid of because we intentionally make these environments very safe. Okay. Now, when are 6th graders going to move up? The set date for the Victoria campus is August 19th. Okay, so you can put that in the calendar. August 19th, 6th graders will be moving up. The other thing I often have asked, and this summer we actually have a better answer to that than we ever have before, is what's my 6th grader going to be doing this summer? Is there anything going on for 6th graders? So here's what we're going to do. And as part of our way of helping you guys transition into student ministry is we are going to have what's called transition small groups. Okay, we actually have this for 6th grade for ninth grade and now for outgoing freshmen in college. But you guys just need to know about the 6th grade group. So the 6th grade girls are going to be meeting with Christy Hurt, Jennifer Palmer, and Yasmina St. Jean. And by the way, Yasmina St. Jean and Jennifer Palmer were this past year's 6th grade leaders, so they have some great ideas on, hey, here's what you need to do as an incoming 6th grader. Here's what you need to look at. But those ladies are going to help the 6th grade girls transition by meeting with them a couple of times this summer. The first one is on June 3rd. You should have some more info on that in this email, and it'll be mailed out to you very soon. And then the guys, we're going to be meeting up a little bit later in the summer, starting in July. I'll be meeting up with them, and like I said, we're going to be using that time to help them understand what student ministry looks like. They're going to get an opportunity to meet their small group leader during that time, if you're wondering about that. That's when students and parents can meet the incoming 6th grade small group leaders. We're talking to them right now and training them up right now. That's where they get to meet some older students, take away that fear factor and say, hey, don't be afraid of older students. They're here to help you. And then also do some intentional discipleship time as well. I'm really looking forward to those. Like I said, there's more information on the dates in the email, and it'll be mailed out to you guys very soon. Okay, so that's the most common questions I have. If you have some other questions, feel free to email them to me or ask on Sunday if you see me walking around campus, guys. I hope this helps. Like I said, looking forward to this fall. So much ministering with these incoming 6th graders. Looking forward to it. We'll see you guys.